Hi Pisces, welcome back. This is your August 2019 love reading. I'm going to do a shuffle. For those of you that don't like the shuffle and the card pulling, it'd be cool if somebody leaves in the comments the timestamp to skip past it. Okay, for Pisces for August 2019, please love energies for my channel's collective of Pisces. Love life energy. August 2019. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Pisces. Love energies. Please. And that's it. Interesting. All right. So I hope this month is treating you guys fantastic. Okay, for some reason, a Richard Marx song just popped into my head. I think it's called Right Here Waiting for You. It's from the 80s or 90s. I know that's a random thing, but it just, while I was shuffling here, it just popped into my head. I am quite decidedly picking up on some energy of a very back and forth cycle in a relationship, and because this is a love reading, and this starting over a lot, back and forth. Love energy overall for Pisces, August 2019, please. 2 cards. Yeah, this energy of break up to make up to set goals and high hopes for there to be more fighting again, kind of, and being back at square one over and over. But kind of like unending hope when things are good. Pisces, August 2019, please. Okay, thank you. Perfect. And some guidance for Pisces, August 2019, please. There's your guidance. Yep. So it looks like this is definitely a soulmate of some sort. I'm not going to venture to say what. I don't do the whole twin flame, kindred flame, you know, almost uncomfortable saying soulmate, but there are people that are intended to come in your life for a time, for a purpose. And I'm seeing that type of energy. This is most certainly a cycle. So Pisces, clarifying. The 10 of Wands and the 4 of Wands. Okay. For August 2019, please. Some of you are feeling very emotionally unbalanced and very confused as to the future. Hoping to reunite with somebody. Quite possibly a fire sign or a water sign. Communication hasn't been so great either between you guys, or it may even be blocked and cut off. So I have to say, you've been in this cycle with somebody, like I said, probably a fire sign or a water sign. I actually don't see earth represented here. I have heavily water, fire, and air. I'm taking the air, though, more so as an energy. It has more to do with your thoughts, lack of clarity, that kind of thing. So guidance for the month, you got Ishtar, which is boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time or energy. And Izolt, which is undying love. The love you've shared is eternal regardless of the situation. The romance angels has true love in the upright. This is the romance of a lifetime. And flirt in reverse. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So the way I'm taking the sum of this reading has to do with, you've been in a cycle with a potentially unhealthy connection. I say unhealthy in terms of there's not equal give and take. The way that you have wanted things to go, it hasn't. You have been doing everything you possibly can to try and right the situation, working on the relationship, separating, coming back together with a new plan and kind of reorganizing everything. Hasn't worked. It's just kind of been a repeating cycle of hopes high, positivity for the future. You come back together and then you end up fighting again, or something happens, or somebody does something wrong, or, you know, some situation jumps in the way that stresses everybody out, and, you know, you end up failing again, essentially, is what I get. Really, really heavily back and forth. In the past position, you have the moon in the upright. That generally means information coming out, something that was once in the dark being brought to the light. This can be startling information, but it can also be coming in touch with your intuition. And in the present, you have the Ten of Wands upright. So you feel very burdened with something. You have the Eight of Swords in the upright, the Ace of Swords in reverse, and Seven of Swords in the upright. I do not like this energy whatsoever. You are super burdened. You have yourself. You've put yourself in a prison of your own thoughts, basically, and you can't figure out how to get out of it. But the universe is trying to bring you clarity with this intuition that has come in. You have, you know deep down what's going on, but you're kind of refusing to see the deception in the situation, or you're deceiving yourself. Is the energy that I possibly see here as well. It's either self-deception or somebody in the situation is deceiving you. Really, all you have to do is open your eyes, accept the clarity, basically the clarity that the universe is trying to give you. You don't have to sit and overthink this. You don't have to stay in a self-imposed prison. Wake up, see it for what it is, and kind of let it go. Because at the Ten of Wands phase, with you being so burdened, it's really up to you to choose to not do this anymore. It's almost over with. Eight of Swords upright, Ten of Wands upright. Like, you have the power to change this. You kind of just haven't been wanting to look at it for what it is. So, in the future, though, there's Four of Wands upright. The Knight of Wands upright, the Fool in reverse, and the Death upright. Four of Wands in the future is very positive, creative energy, positive life force coming through. Or, unfortunately, I think you guys might be falling prey to this kind of player energy coming in and promising the world to you and promising a new start. But this energy of this person, male or female, doesn't stick around. This is a really in and out player type energy. Could be a fire sign, might just be a vibe. This is not the person to marry and set up home with and build a future with and all of that type of Four of Wands energy. You know, all the things that are typically attributed to this card is building legacy together, marriage, home, stability, foundation, all things positive in the future. Is it fantastic energy to have in a future position? Yes. When it's clarified by these cards, not so much. So be careful to not fall prey to, a lot of promises, empty promises by somebody that is ultimately not going to stick around. I mean, you have the Death card on the lack of a leap of faith, lack of a new beginning, lack of seeing things. You're not taking the new perspective that you need to in the situation to make sure that this ending energy comes to fruition like it should. If that makes any sense. It's kind of like I sort of see it as like a sweet talker popping up and making you, promising the sun, moon, and stars basically, and you don't really get it that you need to embody the Four of Wands energy on your own, because you can be that creative force and you can build that in your life without anybody else, or with the help of near and dear friends and family and, the right situations for you that doesn't have anything to do with romantic relationships. It can be work energy, You can make stability for yourself in other avenues. Just don't fall prey to this person that it seems like you've been, doing this over and over with. I love how Isolde came out, the undying love, the love you shared is eternal regardless of the situation. So if there needs to be some ending here, it's not like it was for nothing. If that makes any sense. I know it probably doesn't really lessen the blow and the fact that this is an extreme burden that has you in like a mental prison and you feel like you can't get out and you've been lied to but you don't want to see it, or you're lying to yourself about the need to end this, but it is there. But just know that none of it was wasted. It was so you can learn something. You will always love each other, but it doesn't mean that you're good for each other. So when I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe, is in reverse, telling me that you guys aren't in connection with this energy. Okay. I'd like to see it upright. I'd like to see you connected to your more lighthearted energy, okay? Because it's repeatedly in reverse telling me that you're not really in touch with that side of yourself, and you need to be, because that's going to help you get through. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. That is in reverse. You don't believe this. I would like you to work on believing that the universe is bringing you what you need and pointing you in the right direction, and that the universe is going to come through. If you can really be in that positive mindset and not trapped in an anxious cycle in your mind, you will begin to manifest that. You have to really believe it. You really do. And you got to catch those negative thoughts. If you're trying to think the positive ones and the negative ones keep coming in and squashing, you got to stop it and say, no, I'm taking that back, and at least make it a neutral. At least make it neutral. You don't necessarily have to go full, happy, la la, positive, but at least put a neutral on there, Pisces. My vibes speak louder than my words. Big. You are always signaling the universe of what it is that you want, basically. Your energy is constantly going out like a lighthouse, like a beacon. It's just always, always cycling. And it is sending out these signals to call in more of the same. So if you're putting out all of this anxiety and trapped in your head and things are never going to get better, this situation can't improve, you're going to get more of the same. Because essentially, in a subconscious way, you are literally creating it for yourself. And you'll make sure of it too, because if you keep telling your subconscious that, you'll go back to the same situation. You'll keep doing the same thing. You'll break up with, whomever this is and find somebody where it's the exact same situation over again. Tell yourself that you can heal, you can get the assistance that you need. You can overcome situations, that you have the power within you, and that the right resources are going to be sent to you to make sure that that happens. I do see that in the past you guys suffered some injustice involving either an earth sign or somebody that definitely had more power or resources than you. They may have unfairly held the bulk of the resources, say in a marriage or a divorce or something, and that you did not get your just due or your equal share. And the work that you put into things ultimately into looks like possibly a marriage and a divorce happened, because I've got Hierophant in reverse, bottom of the deck. And there's more of this lack of commitment. I think some of you, this person goes back to like childhood almost, or many years ago, younger years together, maybe parted ways, found each other again kind of thing, and then wanted to make a commitment. There was promises of an equal give and take, and this person is kind of just a player and seems to be coming in and out, doesn't really have solid energy. They don't have solid relationship energy. And then, the relationship or marriage broke up because one party was kind of like, okay, enough of this shit. And there were some words exchanged. And it basically led to an injustice. Like, I feel like Pisces lost something in the deal that isn't just in the emotional sense. It has to do with an actual injustice and an actual imbalance of practical physical items, money, property, that kind of thing. Children, some physical imbalance. But it looks like you've been just struggling with the same cycle. And if not, some information is going to come to light that's really going to put you in your head, but you need to see it for exactly what it is, because you do have a way out if you don't jump back on this cycle with this person. If you don't let them come in and sweet talk you, the end is coming. And this is, don't be afraid of this card. This is what you want to see. Especially when you have this much like anguish and pain and repeating cycles and problems with somebody that you love very, very much. This is a good thing. This is the be-all, end-all energy clearer. This is what you want. Okay? I hope that resonates for whomever. I hope that whoever needed to see this gets the message, because it seems like a very clear, very important message of like, stop getting back on the Ferris wheel. It's like you went around and you did this cycle, and you should have learned many times over and over what the lesson is out of this. You will know this yourself if this resonates, and it's time to step off the ride and watch it go by again without doing it again. And that's the way that you can end this and move forward. Okay? And I know you're strong enough to do it. You got to change your mindset. You got to let yourself out of your self-imposed prison and just move forward. Love yourself as much as you've loved your children or this other person or the property that you seek. And also, don't be bound by things. Don't let yourself be bound by things, Pisces. Okay? So I will see you guys next month. I hope that this month treats you well outside of this love situation. I will see you guys next month. I really appreciate your likes, shares, subscribes, comments. My subscription gang, huge shout out. Love you guys. Thank you so much. I will see you guys next month. Bye.